Right, Ahmed, Faris, we're both from Aema Creations. We're both Microsoft student partners, and this is our second year in the Imagine Club. Today, we stand here to present you with our vision of a future where agriculture is more efficient. There is not sufficient communication and organization in such an essential field like agriculture. Farmers do not have all the information they need. What's that about it? Lots of government research, decisions that do not reach everyone. Lots of radio programs that are not customized to the farmer, while field-specific information is almost always required. Services on networking sites that are not accessible, and many other services that are either very expensive or very difficult to use.
Surwa is a farmer in Africa. Every day, she works long hours tending a small plot of land. She hopes to grow enough crops to keep her children from going hungry and sell what's left for a fair price. But it's a fragile lifeline. Crop disease, unstable markets, or a few weeks without rain could destroy everything she has. She is not alone. Nearly 1 billion people go to bed hungry every day. Millions of farmers throughout the world, most of whom are women, are struggling to survive and feed their families because they lack the access to quality seeds, markets, or innovative tools that can maximize their harvests. But these problems can be solved. Alliances between governments and the private sector can foster real growth, creating new, bustling marketplaces and fueling supply and demand so farmers can sell their products. And education programs on vitamin-rich crops can help farmers provide more nutritious food for their families. By providing women like Surwa with the right tools, access, training, and technology, there could be a 30% increase in global food production. That's 150 million more people who would have enough to eat each year. Tackling hunger anywhere is the responsibility of people everywhere. By empowering countries to grow their way out of poverty, we can break the cycle of hunger and build a more stable world for future generations.
This video is done by the USAID. My application facilitates the solution spoken about in this video. Optimized, The concept of my application is to provide the farmer with all the customized, up-to-date information he needs. My agenda, my goal, is to develop a shared agenda between all the stakeholders of farming, governments, academia, etc. Optimized audience. Carry on, guys. Farmers, whether with a small garden in their backyards or a huge crop of land. Experts who enrich the database, governments, universities, etc. Transportation firms to advertise their services, retailers, those selling land and those who provide raw materials, recycling firms to buy waste products, consumers to see the expected market trends, and finally, investors. What can my system facilitate? With global warming, pollution, it's becoming increasingly difficult for farmers to anticipate the weather. We're going to help. We're going to help the farmer with his use of technology. Example, tractors, genetic engineering, latest irrigation technologies. We're going to help the farmer anticipate market needs, show him sources of raw materials, how to distribute his crop, risk management, example, insurance, agricultural issues, when to harvest, what agrochemicals to use, etc. Architectural overview. We have a farmer on one hand. On the other hand, we have all the stakeholders mentioned earlier. There's a gap between them. There's nothing to connect them. My system fills that gap. Architectural overview. We have a website. When we developed this application, accessibility was the most important thing for us. For that reason, we not only developed the website, Windows Phone application, PC, but also we developed an interactive voice response system that makes it accessible for more people. Okay, let me show you. We developed the website, as you see here. Nice website, user-friendly, you can sign up, you can log in. We have a Windows Phone application, very user-friendly view, sign up, log in, search. Now I'll go with you deep into the Windows application to save time. Only the Windows application. Okay? So we have live tiles, we have icons that you can move around. As you can see, the view is very nice. Click on sign up. It will ask you many standard questions, but the most important question is who are you? Example, farmer, investor. Based on the answer to this question, the sign up will be carried on. We log in. And then you'll get the logged in view. You have current project and new projects. Click on current project. You see the project, you choose a country, click submit, and you have the project open, you get the final view that you're gonna see. New project, let's say we already have land, we indicate the position of the land. Let's say I have a farm in a line, I'll choose a line. Okay. We choose the land size, we set the budget, and we choose the type of soil. Continue. Okay, you choose the type of soil. We click on next. How much risk are you willing to take? Based on this, the result will be provided. Where are you willing to produce? How many laborers do you have? And when are you starting? Submit. In this view, you'll get the most recommended crops based on answers to the questions that the user has given. You have eggplant, you have cabbage, you have cauliflower. Cauliflower, let's say the user is willing to take a lot of risk. So I would advise him to go with cauliflower because it has very high risk, but at the same time, very high profit. Cabbage. Cabbage is relatively very easy to do, but its profit is not as high. Economics tab. In the economics tab, you have basically a graph of profit versus time. In the profit, let's say go with cauliflower. Cauliflower isn't demanded as much in the market, and it takes time to grow, so the profit won't be instant. But eggplant, it's highly demanded in the market, and it grows faster, so the profit will be faster. Logistics, you'll get information about retailers and transportation. Let me show you the IVR system. I'll go through it real quick too. Okay, so we dial an 800 number. That's supposed to be free for the user. Sound. And then we call.
مرحبا بكم.
For English, you press 2.
للغة العربية اضغط على 1.
Welcome to Optimized.
We choose the month number, click on 4 for April.
You are planting in April. If not, click star. Now indicate where you are located.
We don't have the GPS coordinates, we click 2.
Press 1. If you are in Northern Africa, press 1.
Arabian
If you are in
Peninsula,
Southern
click 4.
Africa, if you are in Saudi Arabia, press 1. If you are in UAE, press 2. If you are in Dubai,
Press 1.
1.
We'll just skip through it to
Please
save time.
indicate the time. Thank you. You are now done. You will receive a text message with all
Click.
the instructions
Now
shortly.
you get the text message. Very easy to use. Okay, real quick, back to the thing. Back to this presentation. How are we going to get this to the market? We saw a gap into the market. My solution fills that gap. Farmers will use Optimized for their profit, to make profit. Service providers, by using Optimized, they'll be advertising their services. We're also contacting sponsors to have the product advertised. Once it's advertised, it will spread real fast. And we're planning to contact governments and those who can benefit, unions, communities, those who can benefit from the system. Optimized uses the profit motive. Relatively low cost of implementation. Takes input, gives output to every user. And widely accessible, affordable, easy. Business model. Ahmed has a farm in Al-Ain. Optimized will tell him what crop to grow and how to grow it, where to distribute it. Next business model. Samer is an investor. Optimized will help him put the money into the best place possible. Thank you very much, Aema Creations.
invite the judges to add Q&A.
Okay, please give me your questions. I'm ready to answer all kinds of questions.
All right, Yusuf from Nokia, just maybe a few things there. I think very ambitious idea, and you guys certainly have been doing a lot of research about what kind of requirements, what kind of needs the farmers have in different parts of the Middle East and Africa, geography in particular. But I was a little bit worried about the complexity of the concept still and the complexity of the challenge. So I wanted to understand a little bit better that how do you then make sure, because one of your principles in the beginning was that many of the tools available today are too complicated for the end user. So how do you ensure that this solution is understandable for, let's say, the Ugandan farmer that would be using the solution? So please elaborate a bit more on that.
Okay, so the idea behind Optimize is to ask the customer based of multiple choice questions. And instead of the farmer having to go to read books or go through old data, give the customer or the farmer the exact information he needs. It brings him only the service providers he needs. So the idea behind Optimize is that the farmer would have to answer a list of multiple choice questions or questions where you just have to give numbers. As you saw in the demo, you just have the map, you plot the location of the map, type of soil, you have an image of every type of soil, and then the name of it. So we try to make it easier by going into questions that are multiple choice. And does that answer your question? Yeah? All right, thank you.
So, sorry. Go ahead.
Okay, I was interested to know how do you plan to make money on this project, on this application?
We're not planning to make money on this application.
So how will you run it then, if you're not?
How will we run it? The service providers who are going to use the program are going to pay. It's a non-profit, so all the payments that are made by the service providers will go into the implementation of the system. We're not going to make the farmer pay because not all farmers can afford the service. But those service providers who have ships and many resources, we'll make them pay to advertise for their services.
Give me one example of a service provider.
Service, say, for transportation, FedEx, or Walmart, Fathallah in Egypt. These are service providers. They offer to show the material. Other service providers, providers of fertilizer, providers of seeds, agrochemicals. Does that answer the question? Thank you.
I have a question.
Please.
So you explain in your app how a farmer makes money off of this and how does an investor makes money, but how does it help the world hunger situation?
How does it help the world hunger? The world's population is very rapidly increasing. And at the same time, agriculture, the food prices are becoming more at the time that it should be becoming less. If we have increased efficiency in agriculture, there will be more produce and we'll be able to better allocate resources. That's definitely going to increase biodiversity, pull down prices, and make more food available. And if the service is easy, farmers will be, more people will be willing to farm. And understood? Yeah? All right. Thank you. Yes, sir.
What would be your plans for marketing this? How would you market it?
Yes. Marketing side. Oh. Okay. So what we're planning to do is contact those who will use the program. So say unions, governments. We'll tell them Optimized will help you get together and see the market trends. We're also planning to advertise it, make simple advertisements online or whatever, you name it, to make the farmers know about the system and give them information about it. They will be eager to use the system because it will help them make profit. Service providers will consider it a form of advertisement, so they'll also be eager to use the system. So we're going to contact unions, we're going to advertise it, and to make sure everyone knows about it. Does that answer the question? Thank you. Yes, please. I can take one more question.
I'm going to give you one more question. Where is the content coming from? So
Contact. We got content from The Guardian, USAID.
No, I mean like when you recommend cauliflower.
I'm sorry, time is
Thank
now up. Thank you, team.